Okay, right.
Okay, a very good evening. We are from Group 4, and our group consists of two members, including myself, Niwa, and Harini. As for our second task in the final project, which is to interview a social entrepreneur. As for that task, we have a very special person with us today, who's a beauty consultant of Mary Kay, Miss Jayashini. She will share with us about her business, and welcome and thanks for accepting our invitation. For the first question, we would like to know a little bit on yourself and also on your status, current status. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much for inviting me and considering me for your assignment, and I hope you guys will do great. So first of all, my name is Jeshni. I am now 24, currently still working, at the same time doing my Medicare business. At the same time, I'm also a part-time tutor. So that's what I'm currently doing. Yeah, earning 3 sources of income in the age of 24. So yeah, that's what I'm doing currently.
That's so good. Yeah.
So, so what's inspired you to join Mary Kay and to become a beauty consultant, Ms. Jeshni?
Right. Okay. So first, I used to have, my skin used to be very, very good, before I continue my degree because I did my degree back in Perlis, right? So back at Perlis, everything is totally different compared to what we are here now, right? So it's just 360 degrees. So when I went there, that climate and that water there, it didn't suit my skin, right? So I had I had major breakouts and all these things, but yet at that point when I was studying, I still did not use Mary Kay because to me as a student, I find it was quite pricey at that point of me studying, because I was normal, like how we I was just like you all, I was I had to have my own expenses. My parents were supporting. I wasn't able to support myself. So normally when we're a student, when parents give us money, we always want to be very wise about it, right? It's because it's not our own money. So yeah, I did not try, but at the same time, I think I continued my degree I started degree when I was 20. So 20 till 23, that 3 years, I was seeing a lot of people doing Mary Kay. That was a starting point I see where people, started doing Mary Kay, and I see a lot of people actually benefited. So once I'm out of my university, when I started working last year. Last year, September, I started working because I finished my degree last year, June, and then September, I started working. So when I started working, I told myself, okay, I'm just going to invest some amount of money that I'm working to get, to get my dream scheme. Everybody wants a good scheme, right? And then that's where everything started. Then after that, I think about maybe somewhere in November or December, and then I started trying out their products. And then within 2 to 3 months, actually, I saw the result already. Okay. Even after seeing the result, I was not so sure about joining and doing this business, even though my beauty consultant, who was my former beauty consultant who consulted my skin, she actually approached me a lot of time to try this business. But I just very lazy, I was thinking only one thing was going on in my mind. Oh my God, because that time I was working on customer service and I was working on shift basis. So I work on odd hours, and when you guys are awake, I'll be sleeping. When I'm awake, you guys will be sleeping. So I actually work odd hours. And during that point of time, all was in my mind is just that I need to get enough of sleep. Because since I work on odd hours, so I did not bother. Okay, it's okay. Oh, I was I blue tick her. I just seen her. I just didn't want to do it. And then at one point, when I see her, because she is prior to me, so I've been following her. She's been very consistent and all these things. And then at one point in my life, September 11. This year, September 11. Okay, something just I just thought of myself okay, let's do this. Let's try. Because so many people are actually trying. I'm sure you guys know a lot of people out there, they're trying. And then just something, told myself that why everybody is trying if there's nothing inside it. But if you can't achieve or you cannot do anything, nobody wants to try, Then I was okay, let's just give a try. Okay. So, and at that point also, I had a lot of commitments actually. After I started working, I had a lot of commitments. I couldn't do saving. I couldn't save much with my salary, because my salary, I have my commitments, and also, our daily basis kind of expenses and all these things. So I couldn't save much. So I wanted to save up some money actually. That's the one of the reason I actually joined into business. Even though I was a business student, I still think twice to start a business. Okay, because if we know the risk, the risk that in starting a business, doing a business is definitely not easy. Okay, because people have to gain your trust, and that's not easy. Gaining customers trust was not an easy thing. Even though I'm from a business background, I did my degree in business back then, but still I wasn't confident myself. Then Mary Kay, they have already built their brand. So the point when I am about to start, almost I think about 60% people know Mary Kay already. So I don't have to go and tell people what's Mary Kay, because they actually know the background of it. Okay, so I just told myself, okay, let's just give a try and see. And after I started that business, I regretted why I did not do it earlier when my beauty consultant approached me. I actually regretted, because even in my first month, my very first month was in September. Like, this is my 4th month in Mary Kay. But then in 4th month, I already earned the amount of money that I actually wanted to earn. That was in my aim when I first started the business. So then I told myself, okay, this is for real. This is for real. It's just that I didn't know the word, So, and then only after I started, I know, okay, this can actually go far. And also they have wonderful career path there, like, in other business, like in other businesses, when somebody recruits you, only if that person go up, you can go up. You can move up your career. That particular person has to move, only then you will move behind them. But in my case, it's not like that. You move up your career. You don't have to wait for your recruiter or for your leader to move up their career. Just do, it's just yours. Okay, it's you, how you going to build your empire. It's like that. So that's what actually inspired me. One is definitely their income. Second thing is my future and my career in that business.
Right,
I think that was very long time.
Thank you so much. So the second question would be, where did you gain the income and also the model for your business startups?
Right. Okay. So the business startup is not as much as you guys think. It was only 70 ringgit. Right? It was only 70 ringgit. And since I was working at that point of life, I just told myself, if I were to go and eat KFC twice, I'm finishing that 70 ringgit on the same day. Like now 50 ringgit is so small, right? How many days you think you can go with 50 ringgit? Minimum, maximum 2 days, 3 days. Finish already. The 50 ringgit is so small. So that 70 ringgit, I thought it was worth it. To me, it was worth it, because starting up a business with as low as 70 ringgit, it doesn't make sense at all to me initially. But yes, but even though it was only 70 ringgit, but what do you get in return for that 70 ringgit is more than what you actually paid. So since I was working, so yeah, my salary was how I built up the model for my business. Yeah.
Okay. So the next question is, if you want to develop this business and grow yourself as successful social entrepreneur, what will it take for you to put in whether budget, effort, workers, location, or places?
My personal opinion on this, like how I am going to grow myself in this, like because so many people are actually grown and they have already built the empire in this particular business, like this Mary Kay. So if I were to do it, I would want to do something unique or something that they did not do. Like for an example, this business is all about approaching customers and gaining customers' trust, right?
Yeah.
So many people have so many different ways to gain customers' trust, to actually get them buy our products. It's not easy to convince somebody. So what technique that I actually used on my customers is I started giving out free trials to them. We have lots of, but Mary Kay doesn't have free trial pack. They do not have trial set, nothing. They do not provide. So this is my own effort and my own money. So when I started, I actually I did I did put in a bit more than the 70 ringgit that I supposed to pay for the registration because I wanted to gain the trust from my customers. So I choose like 10 of them to try out my product. So that 10 people's feedback was where I started with. So to me, if I could able to do this business, then everybody else could do. So I would want to bring up my own office or my own building in the future, definitely. Which means it's for me, it's for my team, and like it's for my business. Like one day, if I want to turn back and look at myself, what I've achieved, and definitely that one building that could say my name would what I want to do in the future.
All right. So for the next question from me, what would be the barriers in order for you to grow up your business?
Right. Obviously, for the very first thing is financial, right? Even though now I am more stable compared to how I was last year, now I am a bit more stable, and the savings that I am doing up is obviously for my future, right? One is financially, second is the competition. Obviously, in whatever field you are, in whatever business you are, the main barrier would be the competition because everybody is doing so well, right? Like for an example, if let's say there are 10 customers in the field, like let's say in the field there are 10 customers, but there will be 7 beauty consultants. So 7 beauty consultants has to fight for 3 customers, which is not easy, right? So that 7 customers out of 7 beauty consultants, only 3 beauty consultants will get the chance to get 3 customers. So I would want to be the 3 of them. How I would want to be 3 of them is how I'm going to be unique. Like what do I do that rest cannot do, right? So the second thing is definitely competition. Third thing is my mental health. Okay, I just got to be strong because in business, like when you start your business, you can't be going up just immediately like that, right? It takes time because it's all risky. Business is all about risky. But then even if you fall, we'll have to still get up and continue doing. We can take a break, but we cannot stop. So to me, mental health is also a very big barrier for me to actually achieve what I want to achieve.
Okay. So next question, do you seek anybody's help, whether from family, friends, or anybody during your opening this business, Ms. Deshni?
Sorry, could you repeat?
I mean, do you seek anybody's help, whether from family, friends, or anybody during opening this business?
No, I did not. I did not ask anybody's help. Because when I started this business, the only thing that I heard from people around me, like, you know, it could be my friends, it could be someone I know. The only thing that they told me is, everybody now is doing Medicare. How you think you're going to success? How do you think you're going to succeed? That was the very first question they asked me. And then second thing is, you believe me or not, even though I was a beauty consultant, even when I started beauty consultant, I did not approach anybody who was around me. I did not approach my family. I did not approach my mom's circle. I did not approach anybody. My very first customers was all strangers, right? So 3 months back, if they asked me what I could do in this business, now I have answer for it. Like I can actually do what I can do. My achievements, my income is what I could answer for them. From a girl, like I was a very, very ordinary girl from a very ordinary family, right? Even when I was studying, I was still trying to do some part-time jobs, you know, like only any part-time online job. Even though when I was studying, I still had my online shop, like, you know, you have IG shops, like where you sell things. Right? I was doing it when I was studying, right? Because but that one wasn't my own capital. I was just like a drop ship. I was just doing a drop ship because that one was zero risk. Like you don't have to take any risk. So even at that point of life, I wanted to do all my expenses all by myself. I didn't want to burden my parents, even though they give, but I still would want to do it by myself. So when I started this business, like no matter where or whatever business you start, people around you will just say one thing only, like, okay, let me see how you're going to do it. But yes, definitely my parents, my family, there was my biggest support, right? Mentally, physically, there was the great support. But besides that, I could say I started everything all by myself. I made this decision. I started all by myself, and with God's grace, I'm doing good.
Okay.
That's so nice. Like you started like having your own income since secondary school, right?
I don't know.
That's
Since
so
I was in college,
uni.
since I was in
Oh,
university,
that's so
yes.
nice.
Since I graduated, yes,
You just want to be independent, right? Like you don't want to be like
yes.
dependent. Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah.
So my last question from you is, what is your motivation while doing and running this business?
Okay. First thing first, I wanted to be financially freedom. Okay. Second thing is definitely my family. I'm the eldest one in the family, so I have the biggest responsibility towards being the eldest at home is not that easy. So my family was was my big why. I had a lot of big whys. First thing was definitely financial. Second was my family. My family is a big why because I still have certain responsibilities that I have to do as the eldest daughter and eldest sister, right? So my family was my big why. And the second thing is I was planning to continue my master's. So I wanted to do my master's in my own money. I didn't want to take loan. I didn't want to take PTPTN as well. So like I wanted to do it all by my own. So my master's was my another motivation to start up a business so that I could save up some money. And that's why I'm actually doing part-time tutoring as well. So that amount of money that I don't use, so I can just completely save so that I can continue my master's. Probably by next year, with God's grace, I can continue my master's. So these were the two reasons why I actually started doing business.
Good luck, Ms. Jyoti. And another last question.
So,
So what are your
right.
words or advices to all the new generation that are about to start or new will come to a social entrepreneur?
Okay. One thing I would say is if you want to start, just start, right? You don't have to wait for the right time. You don't have to think that, okay, let me finish first, then I will start. Or maybe I will think. No, that's not what you do. If you want to start, like you just start immediately. What are you going to do? Any risk that you're going to face, it's a secondary. Even if you fail, at least you have a lesson, you have an experience. So with that lesson and experience, when you're going to do another business, that will really help. You never know your ability until you try. That's what I find. Like that, one of the lesson I learned within this few months is I didn't know my own ability until I started. Because before I started, I always doubted myself, like, can I do this? How am I going to approach people? How am I going to tell? How am I going to convince? This was all, I had a lot of questions going on in my mind. But only after I started, I knew I can do it. So you never know your ability until you actually start doing something. If you don't do, you won't know. Second thing is that you got to be very, very, very positive. No matter what kind of rejection, no matter how much you fail, you just got to get up, take a break, just got to get up and be super positive. And also my golden advice I would say for younger generation is like there is no shortcut for success. Okay, if you think you're gonna find a shortcut to become a millionaire or a billionaire, no, there's no shortcut. So you just have to put in your effort. You got to be consistent. You have to work hard for what you want to achieve. But definitely what you're working for will come to you one day.
Thank you, Ms. Jyoti. Niva, any last?
Sorry, thank you so much for joining, and thanks for the tips and also like sharing about your how you started and till now. We wish you all the best for your future undertakings, and also like we want to see you like getting more and more success. And
Thank you so
please
much.
don't forget
It
to
was,
share with us your Insta ID and also
yeah, sure.
and can I know something? What is different from other people's Mary Kay? I mean, what is different? What is your specialty? Like different, something which is different from other people's Mary Kay business. What you have? How you make it
Right.
different?
Okay. First and foremost, right? When you sell a product, you need to know what are the products and what do they do to your skin. That's very, very important, right? Some people, they will know, they will read, okay, because every product has whatever ingredients are there, or like what are the ingredients are included in that product and everything. They will just read. But what I did was I took like 2 weeks, right? When I joined, I took 2 weeks. I sat down, I list down all the ingredients. I went through each and every ingredient in detail, in depth. what does that ingredient does to your skin, and all these things. So today, if you ask me, what does this ingredient do? I can answer you one thing, right? I did extra homework what others didn't do. Second thing, yes, I did provide all these trial sets, even though I wasn't gaining any profit from that because I need my customer base. Third thing is I gave out my business card to them. Okay, right? So when I give a business card, like if you purchase something from me today, you will receive my business card, like saying, like it's like a thank you card. Okay, so in your next purchase, if you're gonna purchase with me again, you can claim a 10% discount using that card. So it means that you don't lose my card, because you don't lose my card and you keep them safely. So in return or indirectly, I will be still in contact with them and they will not forget me for just one time purchase. And Medicare products, they last for minimum about 5 to 6 months. So after that 5 months or after that 6 months, they will still come back to me because they still have that 10% redemption that they can do with me. Right? I do not state that in the card, but I do advise to the customers who purchase it with me. Right? That all this is my extra effort. Okay, right? Also, I do provide free gifts. I provide cute packagings, and if people like, some people they'll order birthday gift and all these things. So all these thing is my extra effort. Medicare does all this packaging, but I do it. So these are all the extra elements that I added to my business. And if in case a customer come and ask me about one product, I will thoroughly explain what does the product does, because I know in and out about that product. Okay, and like if you're gonna tell me I have this issue, right? I will suggest you product accordingly. At the same time, I can tell you what are the ingredients that you can add into your drugstore product to see changes in your skin. So it's not just that you got to buy from me. No, you consult me, you have to buy from me. No, it's not like that. But I can also suggest you that few ingredients that you have to keep in mind when you get drugstore products as well. So in that way, I gain customers' trust. So since I know more knowledge about that, so they gain trust in me and they started using Medicare products. And of course, they are benefiting, and I'm so happy about it. But yet, there are certain customers who actually don't see any difference, because everybody's skin type is different, right? My skin type will work well. Maybe it doesn't work well on your skin, right? I do have customers like that. And one thing good about Medicare is they have 90 days customer satisfaction. It's like a warranty to that product. So within that 90 days, if you don't see any difference or the product doesn't suit your skin, you can give back to me. I can rather change it for you, or I can refund you back the money. So this is what I can do. So these are all the factors. How do I keep my customers and how do I treat my customers?
Thank you so much for the extra information. I
No problem.
guess that's all for the interview part. Thanks a lot.
No problem. I wish you girls all the best, right?
Thank you.
By the way, for what subject is this?
Entrepreneurial skills, MPU.
Great. I hope I can see you guys as a entrepreneur in the future as well, right? Looking forward to see you guys as well. Thank you so much for having me today. It's such an honor to give such good things to I get to share things with you guys. So it's a very good thing, and I feel very honored, for you guys to help me, to actually choose me, for me coming into your mind. That's a very big thing, and yeah, all the very best, girls.
Thank you so much.
No
Bye.
problem.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. You look so glowing.
Thank you.
Thanks
to Medicare. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.